back to the channel, man. So as you guys know, I picked up a mini bike. Braven got one and I went out and grabbed one for myself, so we both have one. This thing definitely needs some work, dude. It's got some weird stuff to it, you know? Got some wires all hanging all over the place and just wrapped around, and the tire's bald as hell. I keep putting air in this thing and it keeps going flat, so it's got a leak. Look at the brake lever. It's a pair of vice grips. Nice. Came with the bike, man. What can I say? Came with it. Probably leave that on there for now. But yeah, I ordered a few things to do to the bike, and that's what we're gonna do today, man. So first things first, we gotta tear some of this stuff off of here. So the light on the front of this thing is pretty cool, but it is actually just zip tied on here. That's it. I don't know why either, because look, it's got a place down here to put bolts, and it looks like it pretty close to the bracket. You know, it could have ran some, well, I guess this one has a pretty big gap in between there. Who knows? It looks like the bracket, the mounting brackets need to be kind of persuaded a little bit to actually hold the light. But we will do that here in a little bit. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and get this thing out of our way by just cutting a couple zip ties. Bang, bang. So yeah, it also obviously doesn't work because it's not wired up. So I guess it did work at one time. The kid that I got this from said that it stopped working. He didn't understand how the previous owner that he got it from had it wired up. So it's got a battery pack here, and then it's got some wires that run down in behind here, and then it's got a switch right here. I'd assume that was to turn it all on. But yeah, we are going to be doing something completely different to get power to our light, so we can go ahead and get rid of all this stuff, which again is just zip tied on here. Goodbye, battery pack. Yeah, trick. Goodbye. How is this thing attached? Huh. Yoink. Yeah, see you later. Need to see if I can get new covers. Oh, that zip tie is for our throttle cable, so I'll leave that one for now. Looks completely different without the light. Man, the little brackets on this light, you could actually loosen it and slide it in or out. So yeah, all you have to do is just slide those brackets out a little bit, and it's gonna line up with this factory bracket on there perfectly. So I don't know why the person who put this on zip tied it, but it is what it is. We'll be able to do it proper. Moving on, I need to get the wheel off of the back because I need to see if I can't get that tire off of the rim. So another problem that I was having is a couple of times Braven and I went out riding and I took a corner a little hard, kind of leaned the bike, you know, and the chain popped off. So I guess, yeah, it's just loose enough that if you lean too much, the chain will sag over, you know, and it's able to pop off. So I need to figure out, because it looks like I have as much tension right here as I'm capable of tensioning. I don't know, I might be able to move the wheel back some, or we might need to move the engine up some, one or the other. I do need to figure that out while we have it all apart, but for the time being, just gonna get this rear wheel popped off of here. Oh man, this tire better be easy. Alright, I have no idea how hard these tires are going to be to get off of here, but I would assume it's going to be pretty difficult. Alright, the bead broke on this one, so we got to pry that off of there. Bead hasn't broken on this one. Now it has. Alright, one down, one to go. So surprisingly, it's kind of hard to find mini bike tires, man. Well, like, it's easy to find them, but it's hard to find like a vast variety of mini bike tires. I wanted to find a street tire to put on this because for the most part, I'm gonna be riding this on the street and I want it to grip the road. So I'm able to turn a little bit sharper and not have to worry about slowing down. Currently, those tires that were on there, this rear tire was so bald that whenever I would try to turn, the rear end would try to whip out from underneath me, dude. It's kind of sketchy, honestly. And it had a lot of bounce. It had a feeling like as if I was riding on an inner tube, like as if it was just a tube on the back. Like you could feel how thin it was. So anyhow, long story short, tires is a must on this thing because that tire was shot. The front one wasn't bad, but like I said, I want more of a street tire, where this is kind of more of like an off-road looking type of tire. It's all knobby, you know. Of course, this is gonna wear down a lot faster, but also that doesn't leave a whole lot of tire actually touching the ground. The best street tire that I was able to find was this one, man. I actually got these directly off of Amazon. Sun F or Sumph, I don't know. That's the brand name. I found a few other YouTube videos of people installing these, very specifically mentioning that these tires helped them a lot with gripping the asphalt, and it helped a lot with turning and stuff. Go through turns quicker, you know? So I said to myself, that's exactly what I want to do. So those are the tires I ordered. Alrighty, and am I going to be able to get these wheels in as easy as I was able to get them off? Yeah. These are directional. I think the rear wheel's the only one that really matters, because you want your brake on the side that has the valve stem, because you could actually get to it. If I was to flip this around, oh, these are different size too. Either way, I marked it. I don't know exactly what the difference is. This looks like it's larger than this side. This is the side that had the sprocket on it. This is the side that had the brake on it. Long story short, the wheel goes that way, and my tire goes, yeah, that way. Of course, it's not going to be as easy to put it in as it was to take it out. Should I be using dish soap? Almost there. So I think putting this side in, it's important to kind of smush the tire, making the circle kind of into an oval, because it makes the hole wider for the rim to get in there. But dang. Oh, thanks, Braven. Such a good filler. I need to get the tire to smush down. Hang on, you pushed it out, Braven. Dude, I see people just slam it on there. Yeah. How the hell do they do that, you know? Yay! Yay!
Buddy, that's the first one.
I know, we gotta get it to that side now.
Is that always been like that?
This is fun. My battery's dead. Great. Bam! Damn, buddy, almost like we know what we doing around here.
Sure as hell don't.
What the dang old head there, buddy? Look at that, now we gotta get the beads on. How to get the bead on?
You gonna ratchet strap it?
Alright, to get the bead to suck up to the wheel, I'm gonna use a ratchet strap all the way around the tire. Just like this. And it should suck the wheel in the center, expanding it out here at the bead, applying pressure to the rim itself.
More push here. That'll cause it to more blow out down there.
Yeah, this isn't moving enough air. Alright, so I think that little thing we're trying to air the tire up with is not strong enough, so we're going to use the compressor. Oh, yeah. See, that worked.
I didn't hear a pop.
It's not going to pop. Make sure and get the bead in nice and strong.
Oh, I wish I had my soapy water. Let me check and see if it has any leaks.
No leaks.
No leaks.
Damn, Gina.
There's the pop.
Bro, that is a sick ass looking tire.
I think it's solid. It looks like a radial.
Oh my god.
How much PSI these things will be?
I don't know.
I think you're already there.
It's got 6 PSI in there. Does it say on here how much PSI?
7 PSI operating pressure.
Really? No way.
It says 7. Why would I lie to you?
It really says 7? I'm at 10 PSI right now. I want more than that.
You're good, dude. Stop. You know,
12.
you're not going to listen to me either way. So.
Alright, one more.
to go.
Oh, the tire's backwards.
Back. Solid, dog.
Nice.
Just put it back together. See, it bounced like a basketball.
Oh, buddy, look at that. That's definitely a huge difference, man. I am excited about riding this thing. I want to see how much of a difference it makes in grip, especially this back tire. I mean, look at that. Get out of here, man. Very much so needed. Anyhow, box number 2, my friend. This one is going to be an engine part that maybe this thing will go faster with this. Ooh. So I didn't know this was going to come with a new spark plug, but it looks like we got ourselves a new spark plug in the box. Spark plug as well as some jets, and it also comes with some valve springs. We're probably not going to do all this stuff right now, but we are definitely going to do the aluminum flywheel. So we recently did one of these on Bravus engine. The difference between my engine and Bravus is this one is the Hemi. So if you are to order an aluminum flywheel like this, you have to pay attention to that because there's a difference, I guess, between the Hemi and non-Hemi. And whenever you're ordering it, this one says it's specifically for a Hemi, and Bravus said it was for a non-Hemi. So I don't know exactly what the difference is, but just so you know, pay attention to that. So to get to this point is really simple. You just pull all the bolts off that's holding everything. Now to take this factory flywheel off, you have to put a pry bar behind it and apply some pressure, and then tap right here on what I assume is the crank. You make sure to put the bolt back on so you don't mess the thread up. You gotta whack it right here with a heavy hammer. And here we go. And eventually, after some very stressful whacks with a heavy hammer, it'll come loose. And if you guys watched the video where we did this on Bravus engine, I don't remember exactly what the weights were, but we weighed the factory one versus the aluminum one, and it is a huge difference in the weight. And that little engine has to turn this thing, you know what I mean? So that should help free up some horsepower or some, maybe even some mile an hour, dude. Goodbye. Alright, so the aluminum flywheel comes with a new Woodruff key. We need to get that key, the stock one that's in here, we got to get that out so that we could slide this on. I have to put some lapping compound inside of here. Slide it on, you just spin this thing to kind of lap them together. I guess it deburrs it or whatever, you know, then clean it up, then put the new Woodruff key in there, then slide it on, and then tighten it all up. That's the process. Alright, I have lapped this thing as much as I'm gonna lap it. Now we're just going to assemble it. I feel like that's got to go on there more than that. Well, guess what, man? Amazon made one of their stupid Amazon mistakes. I very specifically ordered a Hemi flywheel, and they sent me a non-Hemi flywheel. So through the process of me trying to get this thing on there, I think I have stretched the threads on my damn crank, trying to, you know, get it to press on. So I've already put in for a return. It'll be in the original box. It's really hot right now because I had to use a torch to get it off. Nice.
Jesus.
That is exactly how they're getting it back too. Put it right back into the original box and send it right on back. Anyhow, now I need to find the nut. I need to try to just kind of repair the thread on my damn crank. Lovely. Got to love it. It won't like do before you can just and the damn nut would just screw on, but now I have stretched the damn threads on here trying to suck that thing up, and it don't take much, just a few ugga chuggas. I thought that the woodruff key maybe was a little crooked, so I gotta kind of suck it up and it would push the woodruff key down, but no, under further inspection it wouldn't go more than like 3 threads on. And I'm just telling myself, I'm like, I know it's got to go on further than that. And then back the nut off, and I was trying to put the nut on by hand, and I noticed that it had already stretched the damn threads on the freaking thing. And that's when I went and looked at the box, and yeah, of course, there's a stupid thing right here, in which I don't know if their printer was running out of ink or what, but it's really hard to read it. It says non-Hemi engines. Non-Hemi engines. Yes, sir. And you see that? It says refund pending. Okay, back. I'm gonna go to the exact item that I bought. See, right there, it says only Hemi engines. Only Hemi engines. But what I received is non-Hemi engines. Non. Alright, I got all the stock parts back on. Dude, that crank is screwed, man. Like, I tried as hard as I could to clean the threads. I have one of these little thread chasers, and I got my tap and die set out. Unfortunately, I didn't have a tap and die that big, but I did use this little, it's like a thread chaser. It's like a file for cleaning threads. I've been sitting here for like an hour, just sitting there trying to clean that, using a little file, like picking out the threads inside of the nut. But yeah, dude, it ugga chuggas. You get it on like 2 threads, and then from there, it's just ugga chugga all the way because it binds up where it didn't do that before. So anyhow, what can you do? You know, other people's mistakes. I guess I learned a valuable lesson. Make sure and double and triple check, even if their label is looks like their printer ran out of ink and it's all choppy and you're gonna hardly tell what it is it says. Still attempt to freaking check, man. Oh, I think I did forget to mention to you guys, when we first started taking the wheel off, I mentioned that the chain was kind of loose, and I was thinking I was gonna have to move the engine forward because this was maxed out. It turned out I was able to tighten the wheel, pull the wheel back a little further, so now the chain's freaking perfect. All right, I'm gonna get my mess cleaned up and we're gonna move on to the very final box. Alright, so I have located a couple of bolts that will screw into the side of these brackets that was on this light. They're just number 10s, bro. But I found a couple of really short Allen wrench head bolts because that's a really shallow hole in there. So now all I need to do is, oh, too big. So these brackets, there we go. So these brackets that are on this light, if you loosen this bolt that's in the center, you can slide it. See that? Oh, wow. Would you look at that? Bang, bang. Fully adjustable. Now these brackets that are, these factory brackets, this bike used to have a round headlight. If you look up pictures, this is a Coleman B200, I believe it is. It comes with a round headlight, and this is where it mounted. So now, with that loose, I could scoot these brackets out where it actually reaches the factory bracket. Should I have the throttle cable going in front of the light, or do you think I should put it behind the light? Yeah, probably behind the light, huh? Bang, bang, sucker! Bolted down proper. Is it centered? No more zip ties, baby! Well, it's already starting to get dark out there. It's taking a lot longer than what I expected it to. It's probably because I had to completely reshape all the threads on my crank. Thanks a lot, Amazon. Anyhow, the light is freaking mounted on there solid now. Braven seems to think now it's going to be more bouncy. The zip ties gave it some play, you know, so it didn't bounce around so much. But now the problem is how do we light it up? And that moves us on to our third and final box. This is another item from Amazon. Hopefully it's the correct item. I'm just kidding, I've already opened this, so I know this is the correct item. This guy right here, drop the bolts. This is going to power our light off of a DeWalt 20 volt freaking battery, bro. So yeah, I need to figure out a place to mount this and mount this. So this guy right here is a DC converter. So input is 17 to 55 volts. So it's gonna take the 20 volts from our DeWalt battery and it's going to put an output of 12 volts because our light is a 12 volt light. Now the 20 volt isn't gonna burn the light up. It might even be a little bit brighter, I don't know. But that would drain the battery a little bit faster. In my mind, I think that's a good thing because then maybe the battery will last a little longer. But this also has, it has a protection built into it to where you don't overly drain your battery. So if you guys didn't know this, all DeWalt tools, like the drills, everything that you use that you pop a DeWalt battery on, they have a protection in there to where you can't drain a battery all the way dry. Because if you do that, the charger won't charge it. Because whenever you pop a battery onto the charger, it can't detect that the battery is there if it's at 0 volts. So if this thing didn't have this and it allowed it to drain the battery all the way to 0, you'd go to put it on your charger and it wouldn't even read it. It wouldn't light up, it wouldn't do anything. That's a good thing, but now we just need to find a place to mount this, and it's got to be a place to where these wires will reach these wires, you know? All right, so I'm gonna have to get some new ones of these things, these little covers, because it's missing the one on this side, and this one of the previous owners put this big old switch in it, so they cut that big old hole in there. We're not gonna need a switch for the light because luckily this thing has a switch built into it, which is nice. Another thing is I'd like to be able to cover up all the wiring that's gonna be behind it, because honestly, that's the only place really that I'm gonna have to put this converter, because I want it close, so I don't want to have to add a bunch of extension to the wire. I want it to be as simple as possible. So if I put it in here, the wiring will reach the light without having to extend it. All right, there it is. So like I said, whenever I get some new ones of these guys, then I'll be able to cover up the converter inside of there. Then you won't be able to see that. But yeah, dude, came out pretty clean. The wiring for the light comes out the frame right here and just goes straight up there to the light. I need to probably kind of zip tie it up so it's not just hanging. And then the battery goes right freaking there, baby. Moment of truth. This is the smallest battery I have because honestly, Braven has all the other batteries dead right now. Bow. And boom. Oh my god, dude, look at that. Holy freaking crap. And it's already got a little built-in button, so you don't have to run a switch or nothing. That's actually sick, dude. I gotta take it for a rip, see how bright it is. Can you see me coming, David?
Oh god. Saw you all the way at the end of the street.
Dude, it lights up the whole street.
Oh my god.
Dude, that is insane.
That's insane.
I'm gonna have to point it down a little bit more. But honestly, now I feel like it's more of a cop magnet.
Yeah, it's more of a safety magnet because it's less likely to get in trouble because you have an actual light on it.
Yeah, but I'm blinding now.
No, you're not.
Now I'm gonna get pulled over because the light's too bright.
Oh my god. How do you like the tires?
Dude, the tires feel amazing. Like, absolutely amazing. Like, dude, it is crazy the amount of grip this thing has now. And like, whenever you turn, like, you could feel the grip. And whenever you get up to speed, honestly, even though this isn't an off-road tire, it has kind of that, like you feel the vibration of the tire. You know, like, dude, it's intense. It's actually a completely different bike now. I can't wait to see what it feels like actually having an aluminum flywheel. Speaking of, I got it all back into the original package. something kind of happened to it, baby.
Really? What happened?
Well, you see, it was the wrong one, and it broke my engine, so I decided to break it. Anyhow, we'll just tape that up and send her back. Yep. What do you think?
That's crazy, bro.
That's crazy, huh? We gotta get one on yours now.
That's legit. I think it's legit, bro.
That's sick, huh?
See the cracks in the damn roads.
I know. I think I need to point it down a little more, but...
Yeah, it's pretty decent. Like, it wasn't blinding that person in front of me.
Yeah. Definitely makes a huge difference having a light,
No,
though.
for sure. Like, I was coming up behind that car right there, and it was like, it was on the ground the whole time.
Yeah. Well, I did kind of point it down. It just seems like it's...
Just a little bit high.
Well, I mean, it's
Yeah,
a
it
big
seems
light.
like it's blinding, you know?
It's super wide.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's crazy. You definitely need to lower the PSI.
Oh, on the tires?
Yes, dude.
Do you feel them?
Sketchy.
Sketchy.
Because it's just squared.
Oh, you feel the squareness?
Yes, bro.
That's
Like,
weird,
it's
huh?
squared because it's like it doesn't have any kind of wrinkle to the sidewall at all.
Yeah.
So like it's just like shoop. It's like fucking
Yeah, I'll
shit.
lower it, whatever. Well, there it is, man. That's my little list of mods I wanted to do today. We got 2 out of 3 done, anyhow. So I did order 2 of these things. I need to install the other one on Braven's bike. We got to figure out a light. My light, you know, the bike came with a light on it. Braven's didn't, so we got to get a light for it, and then we'll be installing that on his bike also. Dude, tell us what you guys want to see with these things, man, because honestly, I think it'd be cool to slap some GoPros and just go mob around, dude, but I don't know what there is to do other than just mob around. But tell me what you guys like to see, what you think would be interesting in the comments down below. Anyhow, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll have a link in the description down below to all the Amazon stuff that I installed today. I'm sure the Flywheel would have been fine if they sent me the right one, you know what I'm saying? But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace.